Months ago, a Manatee County mother asked me for help in the search for her missing 15-year-old daughter. The teen was last seen at an apartment complex off I-75 in Mox and Wallow Road in Palmetto on December 8th. She told her mom she was going for a walk but never came back. Instead, she was found 47 days later, over 1,500 miles away, with a 35-year-old man. Normally, on a story like this, we wouldn't share this teenager's name or show her face, but she asked to be on camera. She wants you to know who she is and what happened.
I was scared. I was very scared.
For the first time, Sophia Lauman is sharing her story.
He convinced me to stop taking my medication, convinced me that my family was wrong for me, and that my life would be better with him. I was in a really bad manic episode.
Sophia spent months talking with a man named Sean Michael Daldry.
I met him on Discord.
What she didn't know, he was really a murder suspect on the run named Alexander Harmon. After agreeing to meet, he instructed Sophia to smash her phone before getting in his car.
I wasn't allowed to have my own personal devices. They all had to be his and monitored by him.
Sophia says he wouldn't tell her where they were going. Eventually, they ended up at this motel in Council Bluffs, Iowa.
I wasn't allowed outside at all, especially if we were arguing and I tried to go outside. I was thrown by my hair, dragged by my hair, kicked, stomped on, punched.
You're too young to consent. Was he sexually abusing you?
Stockholm Syndrome was a big thing.
That's typical of human trafficking victims. They're connected to the people that convince them to leave with them. And they're in love. And
Lieutenant Mike Morey from the Manatee County Sheriff's Office was the lead on Sophia's case. He tells me Daldry, a.k.a. Harmon, has ties to an online criminal organization suspected of trafficking juveniles for child sexual abuse material.
We were concerned that she was going to be commercially trafficked. There was a tip that came in saying that Sean Daldry was at this address and that Sophia was with him. Task Force office in Omaha started doing surveillance looking for this car, and they found this car at a local hotel.
Once Sophia was found, Lieutenant Maury says his detectives told her Daldry's true identity. What was your reaction to hearing who he was?
I screamed. All I could do was scream and cry.
The teen thanking her mother for showing the sheriff's office what she found on her daughter's phone.
I don't think I would have been here had my mother not gained access to my iCloud.
I'm very relieved. We all lose sleep when someone like Sophia goes missing like that.
Sophia says she's telling her story now to warn about the dangers lurking online.
It can happen to anyone. I was like, that'll never happen to me. He wouldn't do that to me. Don't give in to it. It's not what it's all made up to be. Keep your kids off of Discord, Telegram. Look out for Telegram, Teleguard, Session.
What do you want to happen to him?
Death. I think he needs a death sentence.
Harmon is now back behind bars in South Carolina. He'll face a judge on the 2018 murder charge. This time, he won't be eligible for bond. The FBI in Omaha has taken on Sophia's case. They tell us they can't comment on the investigation because it's ongoing. In the studio, Sophia Vitello, ABC 7, your local station. While many are moving on from Milton, some still fighting to get the lights back on. I want to take you to Colonial Mobile Manor. That's a community in Palmetto. The over 200 people living there got their power back on October 14th, but 6 days after that, the lights remain off for 3 residents.
I got to keep refrigerated medication. I got to put that in myself. This is my medication. I have to keep it in the refrigerator. I can't use it now. It's spoiled.
Anna Wheeler is on day 11 without power. She already has a hard time getting around. Now imagine when the sun goes down or when my camera lights go off.
I came back this way and I just fell on the floor. And I had to lay there till the fire department came.
But this is what happens to the poor people in poor communities.
Next door, Barbara Williams is also having a hard time.
I'm beside myself with grief It's because I'm suffering no light, and it's because of the state of my finances and the state of my living.
I called FBO, and they said they're waiting for Kingsley Management to fix the meter back there, and then they can give me my electric.
This is the problem, and it belongs to the mobile home community. That means management has to fix these meters before the lights can go back on.
They told me go to a hotel.
Who told you go to a hotel?
The manager up here.
I've been told that they're waiting for someone to come in, install a pole, to install the meters. Let's face it, I've given up now.
I found the resident manager of the property. Her name is Cheryl. She asked us not to use the on-camera portion of our conversation. She also told me to not do the story. Now, the electrician the property hired to fix the broken meters, Cheryl tells me she has not heard from him. She would also not give us the name of that electrician either. She tells me she does not know when the work will be completed. She does say, though, that she is doing the best she can. In the meantime, Miss Wheeler and Miss Williams will spend another night in the dark. In the newsroom, Sophia Vitello, ABC 7, your local station. If Debbie damaged your home and you're applying for funding from the Red Cross, according to the organization, it's a matter of inches if you get help or not.
I think their motto is no matter how big or small, we're there for you. And they weren't.
Allison Cavallero's Laurel Meadows home is destroyed. So she called Red Cross.
They came out, walked around, would not go in my house, walked around, looked from the easement, and then the next thing I know, 48 hours later, I got a minimal damage report. And I said, how is it minimal damage when I lost everything I owned?
She's not the only one with questions.
Red Cross denied us because they said it wasn't enough of a disaster, quote unquote. It seems as though they've run out of money and just don't want to tell us that.
Both homeowners appealing their rejection letters. Cavallero's was denied a second time, and Carl Valvo says he hasn't heard anything in 3 weeks. Red Cross says to qualify for aid, the damage must be major, and it may include substantial damage of the roof, walls, and foundation, or a water line above 18 inches.
And that is the mark that we put on.
But Cavallero's water line is 19.5 inches, and Valvo says he can top that.
26 inches of water in the garage.
They zelled me $640 in 10 minutes.
But Manuela Williams didn't have a problem getting help at all.
No, they did not come look at my house at all.
Not only that, but Williams' water line barely reached 18 inches.
When FEMA came in and measured, it was 16 inches and some parts 18 inches.
Many people in the neighborhood still trying to understand why some have gotten help and others have seemingly been left out to dry. In Sarasota County, Sophia Vitello, ABC 7, your local station.
This is Felicia Adams. Her mother, Misty Coppola, tells me she spent 6 months trying to officially report her adult daughter as missing. She says she faced pushback from authorities, questions over jurisdiction, without a clear answer as to which agency is taking the lead. Our reporting found the search for answers at first proved difficult.
I feel kind of defeated.
After talking with Coppola last week, I began requesting interviews with local law enforcement, starting with Sarasota Police. They told me this case belongs to the Sarasota County Sheriff's Office. I contacted the Sheriff's Office. They referred us south to Charlotte County since Felicia's mother last reported seeing her at her home in Port Charlotte.
Calling the Charlotte County Sheriff's Office.
But Charlotte County tells me Felicia never lived at that house, so the investigation isn't theirs. Then Monday morning, a breakthrough. Sarasota Police confirming over the phone this is now their case since she was last seen here at Resurrection House, which is in Sarasota's Rosemary district.
I've lost trust, and I've lost... If I'm in trouble, if my babies are in trouble, I can't go to them. Because is it going to be in their jurisdiction? I still have my daughter that's missing. I couldn't even get a report filed.
Coppola telling me she feels the search for her daughter has been slow. Her mother believes it's because her 27-year-old daughter is homeless and struggles with addiction.
Oh, well, you know, you're this and that, so we can't really help you.
Law enforcement location should not be able to say, sorry, not it, not it.
Michelle Janice is a professor at the University of Louisiana, specializing in missing persons cases for over a decade. She has seen firsthand how difficult adult missing persons cases can become, not just here in Florida, but across the country.
The lack of official guidelines allows law enforcement to not have a clear path. I mean, imagine a missing child, and this would never happen, right? Because we treat those cases differently, because we have universal guidelines. The fact that it's been months means that likely much evidence has been lost.
They took too long. I took too long. I didn't. There's a lot of things that play in my head.
Felicia's mother hoping it's not too late. As of Monday morning, Coppola tells me she spoke with the detective handling her daughter's case at the Sarasota Police Department. Stay with ABC 7 for the latest updates on the investigation. In the studio, Sophia Vitello, ABC 7, your local station.
Resilient SRQ tells me of that big number, right now they're planning on setting aside $25 million for homeowners who need help rebuilding and a little over $8 million for reimbursing those who started rebuilding themselves. But will Laurel Meadows see any of that money? One resident tells me she doesn't think so.
I do not believe, without fighting tooth and nail, that anybody in Laurel Meadows will qualify for money.
Jody Valvo is rebuilding her home.
We're in a camper at Sun RV Outdoors. We have been since August 6th. It's been hard. And we still have nothing. 8 months and 10 days later.
The homeowner says she and so many other Laurel Meadows residents are burning through money, starting over after Debbie.
The county is currently wrapping up what we call an action plan.
Steve Hyatt from Resilient SRQ has been working on the budget for hurricane assistance, but since the money is federal, it comes with requirements.
They require us to use these funds or prioritize the funds primarily for low to moderate income households.
You're not worthy of a $50,000 grant, even though you lost $350,000 worth of items between your structure and your personal.
But Hyatt says they do plan on expanding the applications to include higher income households at some point, but not until the lower income homeowners are taken care of.
We're hopeful, like groups in Laurel Meadows and other homeowners throughout the community that have had impacts from the storms, they could then qualify for that assistance.
But how far can the money stretch? Based on Hyatt's proposals, rebuilding any house in Sarasota would have a price cap of $300,000. If each house costs that much, they would only be able to rebuild around 70 homes. Again, countywide, if each homeowner is reimbursed a full amount of $50,000 for their building expenses, they would only be able to assist around 170 homes.
We're not worthy.
As Valvo waits to move back in, she and others hoping to receive some sort of help, and soon. So coming up next Tuesday, Resilient SRQ presenting their plan to county commissioners. And once that meeting wraps up, we'll know exactly how much money is going to homeowners and when you can start applying for help. In Sarasota, Sophia Vitello, ABC 7, your local station. Right now, Nokomis volunteer firefighters work out of Station 41 here and share space at Sarasota County Station 23 here. Now, this map shows the area Nokomis firefighters currently respond to. Now, what would happen if commissioners approve the county's proposal? On October 1st, Sarasota County Fire would extend their boundary down here to Laurel Road. Nokomis volunteers would then operate only out of Station 41. Also, residents in unincorporated Nokomis would pay a new tax that would replace a voluntary $100 donation. The county tells us a 2,500 square foot home would pay about $258 a year. The moment it happens, a call for help can potentially save homes and ultimately lives. But which department responds and how it will cost in South Sarasota County could be changing.
This is a money grab. The rest of the county truly is subsidizing fire services in that area.
To understand what's at stake and why, we spent time with both Sarasota County Fire Chief David Rathbun.
They do not have any advanced life support services. They have no paramedics with a medical director. We're a first responder department.
As well as Chief Steve Kona, who leads the Nokomis Volunteer Fire Department.
There's an issue with not having enough ALS response in the Nokomis area. That's the fault of Sarasota County.
As Sarasota County grows, the ability to serve residents old and new is front and center.
Growth, and really that citizens demand and expect a higher level of service. than what they're currently providing.
And they talk about we can't handle the growth. That's exactly why we bought this vehicle. So now we can reach the top of every building in Nokomis. Show me where our response times are longer than theirs.
They provide a very good service. This is just a matter of numbers. Every time that they have a structure fire response, somebody's coming to help them.
But what they don't tell you is in return, we go to their fires.
Chief Kona believes the expansion is about funding.
When they come down and they take that area, they take half our funding because we're funded by the residents.
One of the things that we've seen some false information that is being out there in the community.
Chief Rathbun tells ABC7 he wants the opportunity to clear up any questions.
Nokomis Volunteer Fire Department will continue to exist, will continue to be able to provide the service that they have south of Laurel Road.
We cannot continue, and how long we can continue, I don't know.
A question leading to a change of the way of life. County commissioners will vote Tuesday, December 17th in Venice. Sophia Vitello, ABC7, your local station.
Debbie brought a historic amount of rainfall to the Suncoast, but for this Laurel Meadows neighborhood, it was the rain combined with a berm breach that left dozens homeless. So now the question at the top of these residents' minds, could it happen again?
We were perplexed on how the water was staying in that area, for how long it was and how deep it was.
Public Works Director Spencer Anderson says a week after Debbie, they found a breach in Cowpen Slough, marshy overgrowth leading to water flowing upstream into Laurel Meadows.
They were totally unaware that they let it get overgrown.
You weren't aware of it?
Well, we weren't aware of the berm breach before last season, right?
This would have been totally avoidable.
Andy Lyman, who lives near Laurel Meadows, took me on a walk through the areas of concern.
Is this what we're going to trust the next storm that comes in? Founders Club will be underwater. Parts of Waterside will start filling up and being underwater.
We're working on the tree removal from that area.
In the middle of our walk, we ran into Anderson and the Public Works crew.
Spencer, Andy Lyman.
Nice to meet you, sir.
Nice meeting you. It warms my heart to see you guys out here.
So this bridge is interesting.
Yep. Get that bridge out of there, Spencer.
It's the first time I'd seen it. So we do have plans to remove that, and there's also another trestle on Philippi Creek close to Beneva Road. We have a contractor on board to remove both of those.
Anderson also says right now they're working on a permanent fix to the breach.
Now we're going back in and reshaping it some more, adding some fill to it, and we're also going to put a mat over top of it that will reinforce it in addition to putting some riprap on it.
And he says they are planning to rebuild the entire berm, having an engineer design the structure. But in the meantime, Cowpen Slough should be cleared of overgrowth before the peak of the hurricane season in August.
And the county is encouraging residents to come out and talk with stormwater staff to learn more about what they're doing and also to get more comfortable as the next hurricane season approaches. Check out mysuncoast.com for details on when the next workshop is. In Sarasota County, Sophia Vitello, ABC7, your local station.
Nearly 5 months ago, Debbie made landfall in Sarasota County. A quiet neighborhood of 85 homes called Laurel Meadows was launched into the spotlight. A couple of days after the storm, I visited this community for the very first time. And since then, I've returned to Laurel Meadows 17 times. Debbie changed these families forever.
Look at how high the water is. It's at the top of the mailboxes.
Just still in a daze looking at the stuff that, ruined. Everything has just flowed right through the houses. And basically, we didn't even have time to put things up on top. Furniture.
Just seeing pictures and stuff like that were ruined. But that brings back memories of all the good times we had here.
Broken dreams, shattered memories. I mean, I've been here 15 years. Announcements of my grandchildren were here. Gender reveal was here. Birthday parties were here. Gosh.
The bands that were coming by was just little sprinkles. And I'm like, oh wait, this water's coming up. It's got to be something else.
All these houses are ruined in this neighborhood. This neighborhood is underwater. Something's wrong. Something's man-made. This is not a normal, natural flood. I understand the rain, we had a lot of it, but we've had a lot of rain before and never had anything close to this.
So people said, look, you guys have your local government here. You have people in the legislature, I've heard, have them do something, right?
One of the things that we are still working on is the condition of the two 48-inch pipes that are under this intersection.
We were notified the tropics were heating up. These trucks should have been out way before doing what they're doing now all over the county.
Looking at different videos, and the county did finally, they went out and they investigated and they found the breach.
You have peace knowing that you weren't wrong.
Your great name. All our friends around, they're here to help us. We're going to rebuild, yes.
All these people who don't need to be here, who don't need to care, actually care. I need my house totally empty, and if these people didn't show up today, I don't know if I could have gotten there.
Doing something very small for those families that were affected most by floods this year, I just think that's so impactful.
We very much appreciate this.
We actually took our girls out of the neighborhood on an air mattress with our dog.
I don't know what I would do if I didn't have that without her. She's been very helpful with me this whole time.
This is my home. I'm going to restore, and I'm going to fight to get my life back. Yeah.
The devastating floods brought out a lot of love because these families faced the storm together. In the newsroom, Sophia Vitello, ABC 7, your local station.